Howdy YouTube! Welcome to another video by the Happy Woodworker. Today we're working a new project. We are going to create a zero clearance insert for my compound miter saw. I have a Ryobi compound miter saw, 12-inch, and there's nothing wrong with this insert. It does everything that I've ever asked for it to do. But sometimes when you're working a fine woodworking project, you want a zero clearance insert to avoid any kind of tear out. So I have removed the insert that came in it from the factory, and I'm going to lay it down on here, and we're just going to draw an outline of this, and when we're done we will have an exact template of what fits into our machine. So there we go. So the first step is going to be to set my table saw to the width that I need. And it looks like I'm exactly 2.5 inches. I'm using a piece of 1/4 inch MDF for this. And as it turns out, MDF is exactly the same height. If you're looking for something to fit, that's the exact height of your piece. You don't want to shave something down. 1/4 inch MDF is a perfect size for this. You have a 1/4 inch thick insert. Continuing with our insert for our miter saw, I have my table saw set up for width of cut. Again, I have some of the safety features removed so you guys get a view. Ordinarily when you use your table saw, I always encourage you to make sure that you're using all of your safety guards. We are going to be coming in with a sheet of 1/4 inch MDF, and I'm going to be standing off to the side to do this so that you get a view. So without further ado, let me get my ear protection on, and away we go. Continuing on with our insert, I've removed the fence now off to the side, and I'm just going to take off some excess. Always allow your blade to stop moving before you go anywhere near it. So next up, we'll be coming back on the bandsaw. We're back with our insert, our zero clearance insert video. We are transferring over to the bandsaw to make this curve and take off those corners. So I'm going to zoom in for you a little more, and hopefully today my hand is not in the way. I'll try to remember that. But here we go. We're going to start by laying down. I'm going to come in and rotate around. Matter of fact, while I'm doing that, let's see if my hands are in the way. I think you guys can see. Here we go. A bandsaw is excellent for making a curve. I'm just going to keep taking off excess till I'm right there. think that's pretty close. Advance, I'm making sure my fingers do not advance with it. A bandsaw will take your fingers right off. I'm just going to clean up an edge here. And let's see how we've done on this side. I'm being a little more precise than I need to be because I don't want to do any more sanding than I have to. But if the camera will focus, you'll see I am literally right in against that line. I could have stopped 2 minutes ago and just sanded this off. Okay, let's knock these out of the way. I'm just going to wing this by hand. Right on the line. Line it up where it looks straight. I'm just going to take the line right off. Now the big question is will it fit? I'll be right back and we'll find out. Well, would you look at this, folks? Right off of the bandsaw, absolutely no sanding required. I didn't sand anything that I cut from the table saw either. It is a perfect fit. That is what you call precision woodworking. I'm not done with it though. I've got to drill some holes down through to match the original template. So I'm going to do that. Howdy YouTube. Welcome back to the next segment of my insert video. I decided to go ahead and film this for you because I took an unusual step. I put a couple C-clamps down on my insert, put my insert right on top of my MDF. I picked a drill bit size. I went up, found one that matched perfectly to the inner hole in here. There are two holes. There's a small one and then an upper to sink the screws. So I matched a drill bit to that hole in the bottom, and then I went one size smaller to make sure I don't mess up the plastic. Let's make sure this is going to fit good. So there you go, we're right through that hole. We never touched the plastic, and that's exactly what I was shooting for. Insert is ready. And there we go. That's all there is to it. Segment. I'm going to do the countersink for the screw heads, and this does not have to be anything that big, and you can see I've also taken the insert off in the C-clamps because it would be pointless for this. So this one we're doing by eyesight and laser. these don't need to be that deep. I don't know how well you can see that, but these screw heads that go into this are pretty small. You don't really need anything more than 1/8 of an inch. You just want enough to sink that screw head underneath the surface so that it doesn't hit any of your projects. And I'm kind of letting this drill bit self-center itself, which is why you see it wobbling so much. Before I put any pressure on it, I'm just coming down, letting it find the center, and then drilling through. And there we go. We have our countersink. I hope everybody's enjoyed. Next, we're going to put it back on the machine. Alright everyone, who wants to find out if our screws fit? I have not tried this yet. Let's see what happens. Can I still see everything? I believe you can. Some of you might be wondering if MDF is a good material for this, particularly with putting screws into it. You know, is it going to splinter or separate? Well, you have to remember, this really isn't something that's under stress or tension. So I'm not worried about using MDF in this at all. Just taking these down to where they're snug. Do not cross thread anything. I think there was a little bit off on my hole on that one. Just caught the corner. That's below the surface though. That's what we want. I should say I was off with my countersink hole. The actual holes go right in. Up there. Alright, what do you say we turn it into a true zero clearance insert? Whenever you're doing maintenance, never have stuff plugged in. That's just a smart idea. Alright, here we go. Let's unlock the slide as well. Everything's clear, no wires, nothing in the way. But there you go. 1 zero clearance insert. Now I'm going to go do some more projects. Thanks for watching.